What's up, Michael Jordan collectors and investors? So before I get into the update, I wanted to talk about the PSA 10 Michael Jordan rookie card for just a minute. So the one that's up at Heritage Auctions it's up to about $560,000 if you add that buyer's premium in there, and it still has 13 days left. Now I don't want to speculate on this card, but it more than likely will end up ending around the price that it's been ending the last two sales. I'd say like around 600,000 or so. And just keep in mind, this card was around $48,000 a year ago. So since then till now, so 12 months, it had 15x'd. So when it sold for over 700,000. Now you guys might be thinking, well, how's this going to affect my cards since I have the lower grades? Well, I wouldn't worry that much, honestly, because when this card sold for $350,000 at the end of January, let's take the PSA 8s. That's the most common grade. There's over 7,700 in population. It's all over eBay. There's almost 80 listings for this card. It's the most common card. So right now it's selling for around 20,000 because there's just so many available. Well, if you look at the end of January when the Michael Jordan rookie card PSA 10 sold for $350,000, the PSA 8 had worked its way up from about 17 to about 19,000 on average. So, and when it sold for $350,000, then it jumped up to 22,000. And then when it sold 2 days later, it sold for 720,000. Well, then the PSA 8 had spiked right around that time for 26,000. So if the most common card is gonna just go from 19 to 26,000, and now it's back to around 20,000, with the Michael Jordan card doubling in 2 days, that PSA 10. So even if it was to drop off, 100, 200,000 from, what it is right now, around 600,000, it's not going to dramatically affect your Michael Jordan rookie cards, in my opinion. But just because of the price discrepancy, that percentage will not correlate to your PSA 1 or your PSA 5 or your PSA 8. I think you'll be okay. I think the PSA 8's just going to do what it's going to do. It might drop down to 15,000. I mean, when the Michael Jordan PSA 10 was selling for 150,000, the PSA 8 was selling around 10,000. So I mean, it's not like your cards are just going to fall off a cliff. So I wouldn't worry so much about these PSA 10 sales. That's more for the wealthy guys, these fractional ownership groups and stuff. But average collectors, I would not worry so much about. I mean, it's not going to make your cards fall off a cliff. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, get that off my chest. So Card Gems here. Welcome to my channel. This is today's February 14th Michael Jordan rookie card market report. All right, so let's dig into this. So our favorite website, cardladder.com. I'm going to start with the lowest grade, PSA 1. I'm going to work my way up to the high grades, the gem mints. So if you're not interested in the lower grades, you might want to just skip ahead. So PSA 1, for the last 3 months, it has sold for an average of 3,660. So it last sold for 4,050 on the 11th. And that's the record high price. If we check eBay, we have one here. Here's a new listing for 2,999. 0 bids. Here's one for 3,850 with 31 bids. And here's here's a new listing for 4,500 best offer. And here's another one for 5,500 0 bids. So PSA 2 has a population of 174. For the last 3 months, it has sold on average for 4,503. So it last sold for $5,300 on the 6th. So that's the record high price. If we go to eBay, we have one here for $2,559 with 18 bids. Here's one for $2,750, 39 bids. Here's one for $3,000, has 0 bids. $4,500, new listing, 0 bids. And this is the cheapest one you can get for buy it now. It's about $6,500, our best offer. So if we go to PSA 3, it has a pop of 329 for the last 3 months. It sold for an average of 5,551. It last sold for 5,655 on the 12th right here. But the record high price is 6,250. So if we go to eBay, we have one for $2,650, 20 bids. There's one for $3,500, 1 bid. There's one for $4,050, 43 bids. This is a new listing, 6 days on that. There's another new listing for $6,900, 0 bids. And this is cheapest you can get for best offer buy now, $8,500. So if we go to PSA 4, it has a pop of 669. For the last 3 months, it sold for an average of 7,327. It last sold for 7,000 on the 13th. The record high price is 8,595. If we go to eBay, we have one here for 3,950, 35 bids. Here's one for 4,250 with 29 bids. It's a new listing. Here's one for 6,100 with 1 bid. Here's one 7,500, 0 bids. Here's a buy it now for 7,700. So that's the cheapest you can get for a buy it now. And here's 84. Let's see. So here's one that you can get for best offer buy it now for about 13,000. So that's the cheapest you can negotiate with. So if we go to a PSA 5, it has a pop of 1,017. For the last 3 months, it's averaged 6,916. Last sold for 8,600 on the 10th. So that was also the record high. We check out eBay. We have one here for 5,900, 32 bids. 7,000, 0 bids. 7,099 has 40 bids. Here's one for 9,399 or best offer. So that's the cheapest you can negotiate for that card. So if we go to the PSA 6, it has a pop of 1,669. Last 3 months, it sold for an average of 8,418. Last sold for 8,985 right here on the 12th. The record high is 11,811. That's a really high spike. I don't know if it's going to reach that number again anytime soon. If we go to eBay, it's $4,000 is the cheapest here for 19 bids. Here's one for 5,300 with 22 bids. 5,316 bids. 6,126 bids. 7,000 for 17 bids. 7,241 for 15 bids. And here's one for, nope, that's not one. So here's a new listing for 9,999 or best offer. So that's the cheapest best offer available right there. So if we go to the BGS 6, has a pop of 452. It doesn't sell very often. We only have 3 sales in the last 3 months. Average 7,333. The last sale was 7,050 on the 12th. The record high is 7,700. There are none on eBay. We don't see this card very often. So if we go to the BGS 6.5, it has a pop of 626. Also doesn't sell very often. For the last month, we have just this one sale on the 31st, and that was for 7,729. So that's also the average. That's also the record high. But we do have a few on eBay. We have one here for 5,700 with 19 bids. We also have this one here for buy it now, 11,500, and another one buy now or best offer for 15,000. That is a new listing. Okay, if we go to BGS 7, we have a pop of 966. We see this one a little more often. It has 5 sales. Last 3 months, it's averaged 10,699. It last sold for 9,500 on the 13th here. The record high is 12,700. If we go to eBay, we have one right here for 7,600, 2 bids. 7,100 for 25 bids. 13,500 or best offer. So that's the cheapest that you can get it for a best offer buy now. Here's another one for like 14. So the PSA 7 has a pop of 3,371. So very high pop. So the last 3 months we got 40 sales and it averages about 12,464. It last sold for 13,050 on the 12th. The record high is 15,900. That is the spike. If we go to eBay, we have one here for 7,000, 5 bids. That's a fairly new listing. Here's one for 8,100, 22 bids. Here's one for 9,000, 47 bids. 10,350, 35 bids. 10,500, just one bid. Here's 12,500, one bid. 13,188. This has 27 bids, 2 days left. And this is the cheapest you can get for a buy it now best offer, 14,000. So BGS 7.5 has a pop of 14,051. The last 3 months it has averaged 11,240. So it last sold for 11,200 on the 8th. The record high is 13,000 for this card. If we go to eBay, we have one for 7,400, 16 bids. Here's one for 13,000 or best offer. So that's the cheapest you can get for, negotiating. Here's 14,500. It just gets higher from there. So the PSA 8 has a pop of 7,741, the most common grade. So it last sold for 17,777 on the 13th. So the average price for the 3 months is 18,666 with a high of 26,100. If we look on eBay, we have a whole bunch of these. So here's the cheapest, 4,658 bids. Here's a new listing for 9,824 bids. So here's an off-center qualifier, new listing, 9,999, 0 bids. This is sold anywhere from 10 to 12,000. So 10,001 bid is another new listing. Here's 11,024 bids, 13,015 bids, 13,043 bids, 13,027 bids, 13,016 bids. There's another one, 13,421 bids, 13,556 bids, 14,026 bids, 14,000 or best offer because this is an off-center qualifier. Here is a PSA 8, 15,000 has 0 bids, 15,123 bids. So just a whole bunch of these, around 15,000. So let's see what the highest one. So here's one for 17,131 bids. Here's off-center qualifier for 17,500 buy it now, a little high for that. Here's a new one, 17,500 bids. So let's see what the highest auction. So this would be the highest right here, 19,000 with 29 bids. So if you go just one above that, you got one for 19,750 or best offer. So you can get these fairly cheap. So here's another one, 21,900 or best offer. So, you can get these for a good price. These are all about the eye appeal. You can get some of these that look really, really nice, centered, great eye appeal. So BGS 8, population 2,041. For the last 3 months, it has averaged 14,108. Last sold for 14,083 on the 10th. So the record high is 17,800 on this card. Look on eBay, we have one for 7,870, 13 bids, 9,977, 28 bids, 10,049 bids, 10,549 bids, 10,742 bids. That's probably the high. So here's 14,000, and it doesn't have a bid. 15,000, no bid. So let's find the cheapest. Here we go. This is the cheapest buy it now, best offer, 17,000. So if we go to the SGC 8, for the last 3 months, there's not a lot of sales of this card. There's only 2 sales for the last month. 16,544 is the average between the 2 sales. Last sold for 14,088 on the 11th here, with the record high of 19,000 being the spike. So let's look at the 8.5. So the 8.5 for the last month, again, only 2 sales. So it's average about 14,027, with the last sale being 17,500 on the 11th. That's also the record high. So if you look at the population of the 8 and the 8.5, the 8 is 385 and the 8.5 is 358. With the 9 being 216, the 9.5 being 25, and the 10 being 25. So there's not a lot of SGCs out there, even though they've been around for a decade. But if we look on eBay, we have a SGC 8 here for 6,954 bids. And we have an 8.5 here for 10,312 bids. Here's another 8.5 at 13,100. So, and then here's a buy now on the 8 for 24,000. Here's another 8, 16,500, 0 bids. And here's another 8 for 21,500, a best offer. And then the A5s you can get for 23,500 best offer. And I believe there's another one up here. Nope, that's it on those. So if we go to the BGS 8.5, it has a pop of 2,538. For the last month, it has sold for an average of 17,610, 14 sales. So it last sold for 17,400 on the 11th. The record high is 23,100. If we look on eBay, we have one here for 7,900, 21 bids. 7,951, 19 bids. 8,201, 23 bids. 11,100, 25 bids. There's a lot of listings for this here. 12,127 bids. 13,119 bids. 13,145 bids. Here's 15,000. It has no bids. So here's probably the high right here. 15,236 bids. PWCC. They will get you the best value for your cards. Well, actually, here's one for 16,024 bids. Probstein. It's another big account. But then you look here, it's 20,000 and there's no bids, and it has 3 hours. So, you know, that's just probably about the limit on that card. Here's the cheapest that you can negotiate, 21,950 and best offer. So the PSA 8.5 has a pop of 381. For the last month, it has sold for an average of 34,184. So the last sell of this was 35,000 on the 11th, with the record high of 43,400. We have some of these on eBay. So we have one here for 18,011, 38 bids. Here's one for 21,400, 20 bids. Here's one for buy it now or best offer, 40,500. So this is below the record price, but above the average. So we have another one right here from PWCC for 40,999 or best offer. And here's another one for 42,000 or best offer. So here's one for 42,000 or best offer. So not bad for those cards. Those cards are going to kind of hold their value, I think, because they have such a low pop. SGC 9, though, you remember it has a pop of 216. For the last month, it sold on average for 34,400. The last sell of this card was on the 3rd for 57,600, and that is the record high. We have one on eBay here for auction for 15,337 bids, and then we have one right here, buy it now, best offer, set 69,000. So if we look at the PSA 9, it has a pop of 2,766. For the last month, it is averaged at 60,540. It last sold for 75,100 right here on the 12th. It has a record high of 88,999, which is just incredible. That's more like the spike right there. If we look on eBay, we have one for 12,200. This has an off-center qualifier. So here's another off-center qualifier, 13,600. I've seen those sell for as much as 18,000. Here's a PSA 9, 20,500. Off-center qualifier, 22,500 or best offer. Like I said, like 18,000 on those. PSA 9, 22,500, 17 bids, 22,000, 65 bids, 25,000, 43 bids, 25,000, 31 bids, 29,000, 54 bids. Here's 39,000 for off-center qualifier. That's really high. Here's 44,741, 71 bids, 45,953 bids, and 49,484 bids. So that's probably the high right there in auctions. You can get this buy it now for 72,500. This is a good seller. Here's one for 73,000 or best offer. So from here, it just gets really high. It gets all the way up to like, here's 90,000, and it goes up to like 200,000. So if we go to BGS 9, we got a pop of 1,641. For the last month, it's sold on average for 38,000. This card is pretty consistent, even though we did have this one huge spike here for 56,000. But the last price it sold for was $38,519, and that was on the 11th. If we check eBay, we have one here for $15,500, 30 bids, $15,800, 27 bids, $16,000, 17 bids, $16,000, 70 bids, $20,000, 57 bids. Here's another $20,000, 37 bids. Here's $34,999. Buy it now. Here's $42,000. This is a new listing. Best offer or buy it now. And here's $46,000, our best offer. So still well below the spike. Here's $47,000, our best offer. $47,500, our best offer. Well below the spike, but well above the average. So there's quite a few of those. So SGC 9.5. So for the last month, it sold on an average of $55,000. There was a huge price correction on this card. There's only 4 sales. This is actually the 3 months. So 4 sales in the last 3 months. But it last sold for $125,000 on the 31st of January. And that is the record by far. There's none on eBay. One on Heritage Auctions. So BGS 9.5 has a pop of 526. I know I talk about this all the time, but this card is basically split in half. So it last sold for $162,500. That is a record high for this card, and that was a high end. It's split in half with the low end and the high end. So the low end has 1.9 sub. That's the minimum grade, and the high end has quad 9.5s or above. You know, it could have 2 10s on it. So that's why it looks like this right here, like a camel. You know, it has 2 humps. These humps are the high ends, and these valleys are the low ends. So what you see here is 2 different cards, and they both have really good growth. So the last low end sold for $76,000, and we have one on eBay right now that's doing really well. So if we look now on eBay, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is a low end. It has a 9 on the edges, and it's up to $84,100 with 4 days left. So it's doing really well, well above that record price. Here's a 9.5 low end with a 9 on the surface, $175,000, our best offer. And then here's one for $250,000, our best offer, has a 9 on the center. Here's $250,000, our best offer, 9 on the surface. Here's a 9 on the surface of $300,000, or buy it now. Here's one with a 9 on the surface. You get the sticker. It's sold for $70,000. So in the past, here's it's a $400,000, our best offer. So you know, BGS does not like to give that 9.5 surface grade out very often. So they're tough on that card. This comes with a pair. This is a lot of 2. This has 9 on the edges and 9 on the corners. Very sharp cards. $542,000, our best offer. And we do have one high end on eBay. This one right here with a 10 on the center. So $350,000, our best offer on that card. PSA 10 has a pop of $315,000. So for the last 3 months, we've had 9 sales. The last sell was $345,000 right here on Golden Auctions. It has averaged for $332,000 for the 3 months, and the record high is $720,000. That was a pair that sold on Golden Auctions, not too long ago. If we look on eBay, we have a few of these. We have one for $695,000, our best offer. Here's one for $800,000, our best offer, and $1 million, our best offer. We also have this pair here. This is a sticker. So we know the sticker has sold for $220,000 on Golden Auctions, and then we have this PSA 10 here. So he wants $1,200,000 for the pair or best offer. This is a very good seller. This is the guy that sold me one of my Michael Jordan cards. So he's really a good seller to work with. So if we look at Golden Auctions, they have the big winter auction coming up. This is the preview here. They have 2 PSA 10s for the starting bid of $100,000, and they have 2 PSA 10 stickers here for the starting bid of $50,000, and they have a few more. They have this SGC 9.5, and they have a BGS 9.5 that has a 9 on the surface but a 10 on the centering. So we got some good auctions coming up in there, and they start tomorrow on the 15th. If we go to Heritage, Heritage has this one. It's up PSA 10 up to 470,000. If you add the buyer's premium, it's like 560 something. We have this 9 here for 40,000 and a SGC 9.5 for 57,505. We have an 8 here that's up to 15,000. A BGS 8 up to 7,000 and BGS 7 up to 6,250. So if we go to recently ended on eBay, we have this here. We have this raw card that was altered, came back with altered, 4,050, 57 bids. Here is a PSA 7 that sold for 11,606 bids. Here's a BGS 7, sold for 15,023. Buy now. I'd be very skeptical about this sell. This seems very, very high for this card. So I doubt that will be confirmed. So here is a PSA 4 that sold for 7,649. Here's a PSA 8 sold for 18,400. So this is, becoming the average now. Here's a PSA 8 sold for 17,777, 83 bids. Here's a BGS 9, 38,655. So this is becoming the average on this card. So here's a PSA 9 off-center qualifier, 13,100, 39 bids. That's pretty good. So here's a PSA 8 with the off-center qualifier, 12,100, 46 bids. It's all about the eye appeal on those cards, depending on how off-centered it is. PSA 9, $4,000. Wow, this guy hit the lottery. No, he didn't. This is a scam, complete scam. This seller right here, he needs to be banned because he's selling these PSA 9s and he's robbing these guys of $4,000 at least for a couple of days until PayPal refunds them. It's just ridiculous, these guys. I don't know why you keep falling for this. No one is going to sell a PSA 9 for this price. Don't fall for it. BGS 7.5 sold for 9,000, one bid. Another BGS 7.5, 10,750. Buy it now. Here's a PSA 8.5 sold for 30,200. That's a really good price. So if we go to summary, PSA 10 still has a record price of 720,000. So we have that one up to 564,000 on auction. BGS 9.5 high end, 162,500. None on auction. BGS low end 9.5, 76,626 is the record. 84,100 on auction right now, so it's already past that record high. SGC 9.5, 125,100 is the record, so it'd be interesting to see if this one passes that. It's up to 69,000. PSA 9 record price 88,900. We have one up to 49,500. BGS 9 the record is 56,000. We have one up to 20,400. SGC 9 57,600 is the record. So SGC 9 is up to 15,300. So it's very interesting that the SGC has now passed BGS. So they're pretty much neck and neck on value right now. PSA 8.5 record price is 43,400. We have one up to 21,400. So if we go to this chart right here, goes from the BGS 8.5 to the BGS 7. So you can pause this and look at this. Like I said before, the green columns are the highest confirmed sales of that card. And if you look at the blue columns, that is the current live auction, and this is the highest card right now on live auction. So you can look at these. There are very interesting numbers in here, So also I have the low ends, the BGS 6.5 all the way to the PSA 1. Look at this PSA 1. It's up to 3,850. PSA 1s are pretty strong depending on the eye appeal. So if you see a grade missing in here, which is a lot of the low-end BGS grades and the SGC grades, if you don't see your grade in here, your card, I add them as Card Ladder adds them. If you want to, you can get a membership with Card Ladder. And once you get a membership, then you can request to have your particular card added to their system, to their website, and they will add that card for you, and then I can update my chart and I can show it for you. So if we go to the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan sticker rookie card, these are the ones that Card Ladder covers here. So the PSA 10, the record price is 200,100. Now we just had one sell for 229,000, I believe, on golden auctions. So, but we're waiting for that to be confirmed. There's none on auction right now. The BGS 9.5, the record is about 70,000, none on auction. The PSA 9, the record is 31,133. I did see a confirmed sell of this for 23,000, so it's kind of dipped a little bit. But we have one up on auction right now for 20,299. The BGS 9 record is 11,000. And we have one up on auction now for 7,000. The PSA 8.5, 15,000 record. These numbers right here, these are the populations. So you can see they're very rare because their populations are much, much lower than the base rookie. The PSA 8, the record price is 13,400. We have one up to 7,250. And I also got the PSA 7, the 6, and the 5 here. If you look, the auction prices are close to the record prices, so the sticker market is very healthy right now. And that is my report for today. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, Michael Jordan collectors and investors. So that was my market report for today. You guys are the greatest. Sometimes y'all send more comments than I do get views on a video. And I try really hard to answer each and every one of your guys' questions. I've made a lot of changes to my update, and I would really like your feedback on those changes, if you like them, if you don't like them, or if you want me to add something else or take something away. You know, I really appreciate your guys' feedback. So if you're still getting something out of this video and you still like it, please give it a like below. That helps me out. And for you guys that haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next Michael Jordan Rookie Card Market Report.